Let's start by sitting up nice and straight in our seat. Vertebrae by vertebrae stacked all the way up to the spine body. All the way up the spine body, all the way to the nape of the neck. We've been working on productivity and focus this week, so we're going to continue with that. So we're going to just start taking a few breaths that we can connect to as a way of just identifying how the breath is for us, just starting to notice what it feels like to even take a breath and concentrated, focused breath intentionally. Nothing to do and nowhere to go, but to just start to notice what happens when you become intentional about your breath. And also want to get a sense of the world around you. Again, making a decision to make this choice to connect to the world around you. Maybe it's the sounds that you hear in the external environment, any smells that grace your nose, the temperature of the air on the inhale and the exhale that touches your face and your uppermost lip, even the temperature to your full body that touches your skin. If your eyes are open, what is in front of you becoming more apparent. And if your eyes are closed, just noticing what's there that's coming to your mind's eye. And besides this choice or decision, allow it to all be natural. Do your best to not have it forced. Next, allow your body to be connected to the ground and seat beneath you. Also, any other parts of your body that you see connecting and touching. Maybe it's the placement of your hands or the way your thighs connect to one another. Maybe it's the clothing on your body and you just happen to notice how it sits on your body, or the way your hair drops down your back body. Try to do this all the way down to the feet. Gently just feeling these parts of connection. And what we're basically doing is checking in with our default setting. Just seeing how we are right now by default. Notice your emotional body as well. Where is it at default right now? Like without any forcing, any tension, just bringing your awareness to it Just notice where you are in space with your emotional body as well. Notice any habits that you have, anything that's familiar and reoccurring for you, whether it's emotional, physical, mental, or spiritual. And for the next 20 breath cycles, just sit in this default place. No forcing, no tension, just allowing it to unfold as it is, as you are right now. And see if you can become curious about this default. What sticks out to you? What about it captivates your attention? Continue to breathe, connecting to it, and just sitting with it for a few moments. Really doing your best to gain understanding about this thing. And just for a moment, ask yourself why it's here. Why is this the thing that you're connected to and attached to the most? Using your breath, go in a little bit deeper. Notice if any emotions come up that they might be side effects of the actual dominant experience that you're having right now. Our default setting is typically most dominant. It's the easiest for us to obtain. It just shows up, kind of. So, any other feelings that you get, notice them as side effects. But at the core, bring your attention and your awareness here to this dominant default setting that you have in front of you. Keep breathing. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back. If at any part it's difficult for you, or the side effect emotions are really strong, do your best to just breathe through them, starting at the boundary. If it's unclear in any way, continue to just breathe around it and sit with it until it kind of reveals itself. And if it never does, see if you can make peace with that. But continuing to just sit in the presence of it, completely aware. We're going to bring our awareness and attention down to our feet and carry with it this default setting with us. Just this idea that something is steady in front of us. When we don't change it, it just arrives at our feet, so to speak. And continue to sit here with it, allowing it to coexist, but at the same time bringing your feet into awareness and everything that comes along with your feet body. The physical sensations, the support from the ground, anything else that you may get emotionally from connecting to your feet. And bring this into the practice as well, making a decision, a conscious decision with effort to bring your feet into awareness as well and hold it here with the default setting. Notice that the default might change in shape as we go through this practice. It might change in strength or weakness, may become pleasant or more unpleasant, depending on what it is and how you feel right now, how you woke up this morning, even to how you are experiencing the environment around you in this present moment. So allow it to do what it does, and that's part of flow, but do nothing to change it besides allow it to be. Our next inhale, we're going to come up to our legs from the ankles to the lower legs, including the knee, the thighs, all the way to the hips on both your left and your right side. Again, build out, making a conscious decision to focus on the legs. Build out the feeling, the physical sensations, and anything else connected to your legs as you do your scan through your leg body. Also keeping and allowing it to coexist, that default setting. Notice that they're kind of separate, but you're the one who connects them. You can take your focus and shift it. In this case, you're making a choice to completely embody the legs and at the same time allow for the natural default setting to be present and to be part of your awareness. Next, we're going to come up to our hip body. And the full length of the hips, the pelvic bowl, the lowest part of our back body where the sacrum is, our sits bone. Notice the ground or the floor or the seat that we're connected to as we sit here. Continue to use your breath to breathe in, completely allowing it to unfold in front of you, scanning the hip body from left to right. And at the same time, bringing with you that natural default setting that's part of your present moment experience that you've been focusing on since the beginning of class, and allowing them to coexist with one another. Next, we're going to come up from our hip body all the way into our shoulders, down our arms into the fingertips, the belly, the windpipe, the rib cage, the back body, the spine, the heart, the chest, the clavicle bone, the shoulder blades, all part of this experience. And allow it to be fleshed out completely with your awareness and focus as you scan through this part of the body, using your breath, but allowing for the default to still be there. It's sort of like it's tagging along for the ride. Next, we're going to come up to the neck body. And just pause there for a moment. The full length of the neck, the throat, the nape of the neck, the inside, the outside. Breathing in and out. Allow the awareness to float to the neck and scan the neck body. Continuing to keep with you that dominant attention or default setting that you began class with. And as a reminder, you began to keep focus of it as a way to understand it more. Not as a nuisance, but as a way to gather understanding, to understand its relationship with you as to why it is a default, why it is your go-to. So you're just bringing it along with, keeping it in your awareness and allowing it to unfold. At the same time, you're connecting to your body and to your body scan, completely aware of your throat and your neck. Next, we're going to come up to our face and our head, all the way to the crown of our head, including our mind, in this case, our thoughts as well. Breathe in and out and scan the face body and the head body, and even take a moment to scan your thoughts. Bringing back with you the setting from when you started class, keeping awareness and connection around it. And at the same time, building up through the face, body, and the head and crown. Now from the crown of the head down to the feet. Same way we started class with connecting. Just dropping in to check in. Do another check in since doing the body scan. Check back in also with your breath and your emotional body. In that default setting, you can bring it back into your awareness, but see if it's still relevant. Try to be as objective as possible. Try to learn what you can learn from it. And then ask yourself the question for the rest of this class. Are you okay with this default? Or do you choose to decide to want something else for your day or for this moment? And if you do want something else for this moment, whether it's the experience that you're feeling now since the body scan or something completely different, I want you to make the decision, completely focus on that, to allow that to now unfold in front of you and to be part of your experience right here, right now. Breathing in and breathing out. And just like you analyze the default setting, allow yourself some time to analyze this as well, of where you want to go, where you want to be. Breathing to the boundaries of it, making the choice to allow it to reveal itself, developing a relationship in a way that you can completely understand its language. And if it can't be completely revealed right now, making peace with that and making the choice to still continue anyway into this unknown. And stay completely connected in the present, grounded into your body and breath as you continue with your breath. Continue to keep your focus here. On what you want it to be. I'm going to ring the singing bowl. And we're going to close class. If you'd like to continue on this practice, you may do so as long as you like by leaving this session now and allowing yourself the additional time to really go deeper into your decisions and where you want to go, or maybe goal setting. Otherwise, we will close together. Wiggle the toes and the fingertips and gently take a few breaths in. Maybe smile as you open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste. Thank you.